Swedish Marine paramedics assigned to Stockholm Amphibious Regiment AMF-1 have just disembarked onto the shoreline of Garlo Island, Stockholm, from a Swedish Navy CB-90 class ambulance boat. They are tasked to conduct a joint casualty search and evacuation exercise with United States Marine Corps Hospital Corpsmen assigned to Combat Logistics Battalion 8. Along the shoreline and out of view is a fully armed CB-90 class fast assault craft assigned to patrolling the shoreline for enemy activity and armed escort duties. As each casualty is assessed and stabilised, they will be carried to the CB-90 ambulance to receive further onboard medical care and evacuated to His Swedish Majesty's ship Trossö, a Swedish Navy auxiliary ship. The ship has a Swedish Navy medical team on standby and will be supported by United States Marine Corps Hospital Corpsmen. You can see from this map the strategic importance of islands such as Garlo, which along with Gotland Island would be key invasion and capture objectives for Russian military planners. From these islands, Russian forces will be less than 35 kilometres or 21.7 miles from Sweden's capital, Stockholm. Here on the CB-90 ambulance boat, Swedish and United States medics are conducting realistic simulated medical procedures. The CB-90 crew have made ready to navigate at speed towards His Swedish Majesty's ship, Trossö. The casualties will continue to receive treatment. Medical teams work hard, jostled in cramped conditions as the CB-90 sails at speed through choppy waters.
You know the pleasure needles? So it's a needle, a special needle for when you break an ampule, so there's no glass.
You also need that.
Splash pad.
Or we get up like to the hospital.
Okay.
This is His Swedish Majesty's ship Trossö, filmed at an earlier date, although the crew filmed inside the ship was actually recorded in June 2024. Members of the ship's crew are seen here, ready to receive casualties from the CB-90 ambulance boat and evacuate them to Berga Naval Base. On board are medics from the Swedish Navy, including several United States Marine Corps Hospital Corpsmen. However, today the Trossö crew are going to use a new technique to transfer one of the casualties. They will test an unmanned surface vehicle, or USV, to transfer a casualty to shore. But before any USV transfer can take place, as seen here, US Marines at Berga Naval Base need to test the USV first. Recorded a few days before the CB-90 casualty evacuation exercises, the USV, named as Hydronalix Reckless General-purpose Unmanned Service Vehicle, the Marines will fit additional flotation aids and harnesses to the USV, called an ambulance attachment. This will be able to secure an injured soldier for the transfer across a body of water. At this point, the US Marines successfully floated and operated remotely the USV, but chose not to trail an actual person on the reckless unmanned surface vehicle. However, here on board the Trossö, The ship's crew are preparing a casualty to be transferred by a reckless unmanned service vehicle, fitted with the ambulance attachment. Okay, spoiler alert, but somebody has decided to use a mannequin instead of a real person. A good idea, me thinks. The mannequin has safely made it to shore and will be transferred to a stretcher to be taken to a medical facility. To maintain realism, the brave mannequin was quickly swapped to a Swedish casualty. Blink and you will miss it. The Swedish and American soldiers have set up a military field hospital, giving the evacuation and casualty care training events that further realism by simulating war conditions and allowing medical teams to practice deployed hospital scenarios. These realistic exercises can help improve efficiency, effectiveness and interoperability between the American and Swedish medical teams. To keep the pressure on the medical teams, further casualties will keep arriving. A triage system is in place to prioritise patients based on the urgency of their needs. Basic first aid facilities are established, and advanced medical systems are set up to deal with a range of serious injuries, such as loss of limbs.
Mechanism of injury: fall, injury sustained left wrist deformity. Signs and symptom: left wrist pain. Treatment: none. Via ground, 6 minutes.
On this side. Okay. Sit. 130. Respiration. 27. Oxygen at 92.7%.
Please do what you would. Is he still unconscious?
He was never unconscious. He was just a little bit confused,
You're
more
still up?
confused.
Okay, once you get that in, we can start pushing payments. Okay. Richie, can you hear me?
So we're taking a slight pause just while she actually gets the IV in, since it's not her.
Alright, ready? 1, 2, 3, up.
So you're set up.
Get him in.
You need to be on the other side.
Turn locked in.
It's right.
Alright, go. Set him. Chill, set.
Makeshift 3 in!
Ketamine over here. MG.
Okay.
So he is talking to you.
Go, chill, brother. Here. Take away my curves.
We're gonna abort this.
You hook up our phone just to.
Most recent set of vitals is.
During these sets of casualty and evacuation exercises, all of which are a subset of exercise Baltops 24, also involved US Marines with Combat Logistics Battalion 8 and Swedish Stockholm Amphibious Regiment AMF 1 Marines conducting convoy operations for a resupply mission to a Swedish military ship, Trossö. As part of the mission, the Swedish Navy, Marines and military logistics made good use of his Swedish military ship Loke, the Swedish Navy transport supply ship, to deliver a majority of supplies to Trossö. A joint unit of Swedish and U.S. Marines established a reconnaissance position to detect any threats to their dockside supply operations. U.S. Marines also deployed the Hydronalix Reckless General-purpose unmanned service vehicle to directly supply auxiliary ship Trossö. Although Sweden became a member of NATO in March 2024, closer military ties with American forces began to gather pace after Russia's illegal annexation of Crimea in 2014. US Marines assigned to Marine Rotational Forces Europe are developing permanent logistics hubs in Sweden and developing joint base operations in key areas along the Baltic Sea coastline. The US now has access to 17 Swedish military bases and training areas. We will continue to see an increase in joint exercises and training programs throughout 2025. Thanks for watching.